When I think about this individual, I really think about somebody whose loyalty is actually very unparalleled. There's so many qualities that make this one beautiful whole human being that I'm really proud of knowing all of these years.
I guess the way I was raised was, I'm raised in like a middle class family. I grew up rich in love, but maybe not with the money part. I never knew that we didn't really have a lot of money because every opportunity that was given to me in life, my parents made sure that I was able to do it. What I was doing before I started working for the company was I was actually in college. I went to Oregon State University for 6 years and I graduated with a degree in healthcare administration. And right out of college, I actually got offered $50,000 to work at a hospital. I actually turned it down and I picked this over my major. So a lot of people think I'm crazy. My parents realized that I made the right decision when I made my first $100,000. You know, my dreams are always to make $100,000. That's actually why I picked my major. But I never thought that a kid from the country, would be able to make $100,000, and I made my first $100,000 my second year. I guess we all are kind of selfish, but I grew up somewhat selfish. I didn't realize that till I came to work with the company where I was able to find a life mentor, a business mentor, to teach me about business, about how to be grateful. Yeah, one of the biggest ways they saw that was me changing as a person. What changed my life and my career was a situation that happened to me early in my career. I was actually out to see a client and I actually enrolled the family. And then a couple of days later, the wife called me that the husband died. So I actually met up with the wife and she hugged me and cried on my shoulders for 10 minutes and told me that I was a blessing, and if it wasn't for the company and myself being there, she didn't know how she would keep her house. At that moment, everything just clicked for me. And I realized that I was being selfish, only looking at people as paychecks. And at that moment, I made a commitment to myself that I was gonna go out there and help as many families as possible. Anybody that's worked for the company long enough has felt like giving up a bunch of times. I probably thought about giving up over 100 times in 14 years. What makes me never give up is I always have this thing with myself where when I'm not feeling good about things, I look myself in the mirror and ask myself a couple questions. Number one is I always ask myself, are you listening to your mentor? Number two is, how's your attitude? And number three is, are you doing what's asked of you? I just do some self-checking. The reason why I've never quit or given up is because you can't give up on stuff you haven't really tried. My parents always taught me to be respectful of others. So throughout my life, I've always strived to be, a loyal person. And what loyalty means to me, number one is to have the utmost respect for someone else. Number two is riding and dying for other people. So it's taking yourself out of the equation and doing whatever you need to do to help someone else. Another important thing about loyalty is love for someone. So when you care for someone enough, you will do whatever you need to do to help them out. And to me, that's what loyalty is.
I'ma give it all I got, like 23, I stay on top, I do it like it's my last shot, we grinding every day, ain't no other way, I'ma give it all I got, like 23, I stay on top, I do it like it's my last shot, we out here every day, ain't no other way.
Blessed enough by our company to be gifted a Rolex. You have a choice of taking a brand new one or taking your mentor's one. So I already knew, from day one what I was gonna do. My mentor chose me to be his no matter what person. I owe a lot to James, he taught me a lot about business, how to treat others, how to be a better person. And that's someone that I can learn a lot about from business. And I always was taught to look at your mentor's mentor, and then his mentor's mentors are Rick Altig and Helio Ordovich, and Rob Hay and Dustin Vinikamp. So the things that I learned from James is some of the things that he's learned from the best people in our whole company. So what pushes me now to keep going is, I guess, my people. I've experienced, having hardships in my life, financially, and just personally. Pushes me now is to pass that on to the next people. So, I have people that's not even my family that, if I needed to, they'd get on the next plane and fly over here and give me the support. I'm able to kind of see what this company can do for my family, and what pushes me right now is giving that opportunity that was giving it to me, but making it better for the next person. One of the biggest quotes that I like to live by is actually from our chairman, Rick Altig. And what he always says is, what you're thinking, you're not thinking big enough. I love that because sometimes we get comfortable and we get complacent. What happens is we're thinking too small. So the thing that gets me excited all the time is that there's more out there and there's more for us to accomplish.